Shalom. Let me get straight into this lesson. This the beloved brother Azan Amath. And he did a cold lesson going into these devils that these Jewish people don't even believe in the Messiah. So this Judeo-Christian movement it's all an illusion. And a Christian over in America is so dumb. I think the dumbest thing in a Christian is probably like a bug or something. You know what I'm saying? Like a tick. And I'm being facetious because that's how dumb a Christian is. They out of their effing mind. So this video is showing you that they don't believe in the Messiah. You've been taught that though, because they taught you to support and pray for Israel because they put this illusion on you that the Most High chosen people, but they are not. They're actually Edomites, and prophecy said that they would do this. The Bible actually tell you what they did and how they did it. Who's in that land currently today? Because the Lord's going to put us back into that land. And hold up, what about all the 12 tribes? Where they at? Because when the Israelites go back home, it's supposed to be a unification of all 12 tribes. And it's supposed to be peace on earth, all this stuff, right? But that peace on earth comes with us putting everybody else in captivity. Right? So we are going to correctly run this earth under the statute, laws, commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashim Yahweh Shah. So let me get into this video. But you're going to see what we've been telling you is true. Just because you might not understand, just because you're uneducated about it, just because you've been lied to about it, don't mean it's not the truth. You got to come out of ignorance. Play this video.
Okay, so I'm a Jewish man, and I believe in Jesus. Am I wrong?
You are, yes.
Yes? No, tell me. I'm not going to be offended. I just want to know why and have an intellectual conversation. Okay, I'm a Jewish man.
Okay.
I believe in Jesus.
Okay.
Am I wrong?
Yeah.
Tell me how.
It makes absolutely zero sense because you're Jewish. You should learn about your own roots first.
So, okay. Yeah. So this is something that's not common knowledge. That it's the J people, the tiny tops, don't believe in the Messiah. So thus, how can you have this Christian and Judeo alliance where they don't even see eye to eye? That's insanity. But it's a lot of confusion to break down on all this because they put the confusion out there. So the J people, if you didn't know this, now you know. 98, pretty much the J people don't believe in the Messiah. So how can you have that? How can you Christians support somebody that don't even believe in your Messiah, which is supposed to be the backbone of your religion? It's crazy how it's one confusion and another confusion. First off, I want to clear this up. The Messiah was a so-called black man when he was on this earth. Secondly, his name not JC. That's another lie that you've been taught. His name is Yahweh Shai. And he was a Hebrew Israelite from the tribe of Judah, Yahweh, in the proper tongue. And you've been greatly deceived because this is what in these Christians' mind over here, Christians don't study. They don't know anything. The most vexing thing is to talk to a Christian because they don't know nothing. They just know what they've been taught. So this is what with the masses' mind in America and just in the Western world in general. And when you tell them this, they so stupid they don't even know they can't understand the language. So first off, let's say this. Let's go here. I'm gonna go to Ezekiel 36:5. I'm just gonna read an overview of it. So the people that's in the land right now, if you didn't know, are Edomites. And you have these it's just not them that's Edomites. You got other tribes of Edom, for lack of better words, like the so-called British, which the original British, when you go into the word British, Britain, it means covenant. Then when Israelites there first. And then Oliver Cromwell was the Edomite, pushed them out, and then that's when they took back over during the Renaissance. There's a lot of history there that you don't know about. So during that time frame, they would call themselves under these different names to hide their identity. They would call themselves Spanish, the French, the British. Now they call themselves Canadians. They call themselves Australians, South African, so-called white. But these are all the same people. But the head tribe of these people, the Edomites, is the Jewish people today, the tiny tops. So let's get into this. Ezekiel 36:5 declares God's intense jealousy and wrath against surrounding nations, particularly Edom, for plundering and mocking the land of Israel while taking it in their own. Taking it as their own, Salakia. When did they do this? When did they fully fulfill his prophecy? In 1948. The Lord is calling them out right here. It says it signifies divine judgment on those who ridiculed God's people. Yahweh Bashim Yahushua people. You call us black. That's a nasty, ugly, demonic word that our people, they're under that spell of black people. They call them Mexican. They call them Native American. They call them all kind of names. Right? These are bywords that was prophesied to happen to the real Israelites. And I'm going to show you a picture of the real Israelites in ancient times. It says, who ridiculed Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua people and took over his land. That's very important, what I just read. Who did this? We got proof. The J people. They don't speak the ancient Hebrew. They speak Yiddish. And if you actually talk to somebody that does linguistics, that's somebody that study language, they'll tell you that the so-called modern Hebrew is not the same as ancient Hebrew. That's a caveat to all this madness. Just to show you that they're not the people. And they do demonic stuff. They believe in the Babylonian Talmud. We'll get into some of that information. That's what they actually believe and practice in. So the Most High said that they would take the land, put it into their possession, claim to be us, right? So if they got the land, they claiming to be the real Israelites. And they call themselves Jews and Jews and Israeli. That's new speak. We never called ourselves none of those terms. But they had to create the words to create the narratives, right? It says right here, the Babylonian Talmud, this is what they believe in. I've shown endless content of me showing you them believing in the Babylonian Talmud. I did lessons on this way back, even recent lessons. Contains several, often cryptic, hostile references to, as they say, JC. It says characterizing him as a magician, a fool, and a sinner who led Israel astray. That's what they think about your Messiah, your so-called white Jesus, which that ain't true. He was a so-called black man, and his name is Yahweh Shai. So if you call yourself Christian, you out of your effing mind. It says right here, the first little dot, right? Adulterous origins. Allegations that his mother was an adulteress. The second one, it says blasphemy. This all in the Babylonian Talmud. Blasphemy in idolatry. Stories claim he worshiped an idol. Third dot, rightful execution. Descriptions of him being hanged or stoned on Passover Eve for sorcery, apostate, and encouraging idol worship. Right here, the last one. It says punishment in hell, which ain't no such thing as hell. It's a lot we have to undo because your mind has been turned out like a $2 whore. Ain't no such thing as hell. The word hell is a relatively new word. It wasn't in the original text. It says assertion that he is suffering in hell, as they say, for eternity, sometimes described as boiling hot excrement, which is dung, human waste. So this in the Talmud. This wild shit. Let's go here. So I was watching that Tucker Carlson folly when he was interviewing what's this guy named Mike Huckabee. He's a straight devil. You know, you Edomites in your little delusions, man. Your delusions are off the charts because they all into this delusional thinking. It says Judeo Christian is a 20th century term used to describe the shared religious heritage, ethical values, and cultural traditions common to Judaism and Christianity. But hold up. How much folly is this? You support people, you support the J people, but they don't even believe in your white Jesus. So how does that work? That's insane. And I got something for you Christians too, to bring out that stupidity. The Messiah wasn't a so-called white man either. And his name wasn't JC. That's another thing that's a big, deep enchantment. How about that? His true name is Yahweh Shah, and the visual that should come up in your mind is a so-called black man. And everybody's going to be in shock when this thing actually comes out. This is the truth. It says particularly in the United States, because the United States Christians are the dumbest, stupid, the most gullible, the most brainwashed, the most brain dead. It highlights shared roots, Lakia. In the Hebrew Bible, monotheism and concepts like the Ten Commandments often used to promote a unified Western or American moral framework, which that's folly. It's all a lie because they push nothing but perversion. They own all the demonic stuff that's ran in America. They own it, promote it, push the LGBT life on you. You know what I'm saying? All this madness. And people in this world don't know what the fuck is going on. You know? Let's go here. I'm going to show you something. So these are real Israelites right here. I mean, this is the reference I'm pulling it from. It says the Harper's Collins Bible Dictionary. And when you go to page, I think what page is this? 40. Salakia. I'm not sure what page this is. But if I'll pull it up. I have to. And, you can get this book as well. And try to find this real quick. This is in this book. And it's showing you the Israelites going into, matter of fact, I'm going to read what this is. It says in 701 BC, Assyrian king Sennacherib conquered most of Judah, including the fortress city of Lachish. It says the victory was recorded in remarkable detail on bas reliefs at his Nineveh palace. This scene is progeny testimony to the plight of his victims, who were departed with only what they could carry on their backs. So this is the real Judeans. This is the real Yahweh. Matter of fact, in his book, it's 616. So actually 617, but there's no number to that page. Okay. Let me show you how they look. Zoom in. And you got to be stupid and retarded to not see that these are so-called black men. Look at the braids. Look at the dominant so-called black man features. Just the siege of the towns in the kingdom of Judah. These are the real so-called Jews. They don't look nothing like what you see today. Today, because they not the real people. The people you see today are Edomites. These are the real Israelites right here. I'm showing you proof. So we are Israelites. That's where we descend from. And we're not black Hebrew Israelites, because that's a negative connotation when you call yourself black. Very wicked thing that they put on you and call you that. And our people ignorantly repeat that stuff. So let's go here. So that's according to the Jewish Encyclopedia 1925 edition, volume 5, page 41, states Edom is modern Jewry. What is it saying in plain English? The Jewish people are Edomites. That's what they're saying. I can't make it no clearer than that. And I went to other information like the book Who Was Esau Edom, and one of my lessons showing you that they are Edomites. And they are very perverse and opposite of everything that's righteous and what the Most High set up. And they actually do everything backwards. Showed you the real so-called Jews. These are the Judeans, Yahweh. And let me show you something else before I close it up. So let me go back here. And this is the demon that most Christians see in their mind. And this image, and this likeness of this image, and his personality is going to come to an end soon. Because this is completely nothing. It's the biggest lie that's ever been told in history. So they don't believe in your Messiah. So they're going to show you that this is all an illusion, all a lie. You've been scammed. Right? Hopefully this lesson was edifying. Call Allah Yahweh, Bahashim, Yahweh Shah, Bahashim, Rachak, Kodash. Shalom.